we've got picks, and this is Caleb's moment. This is when he gets excited. This is when he separates himself from the pack. But first, I've got to ask you, Caleb, how are you doing on your picks so far? Be honest.
I'm straight up honest always. I was on overall picks last week. I was 10-9 with one push. So that brings me to 79-58 on the year, which is well over 52%. Now on picks of the week, like these are the best bets, the ones that I choose to bet, not where I don't have an option. I was 2-1 last week. I'm 11-10 on the year. Not as good on that. I took USC money line. I didn't realize Caleb Williams was that bad against fast edge rushers, and I wouldn't even waste a first round draft pick on him.
Okay, so the picks brought to you today by, of course, our friends at Zen Sports. You need to download that app, but also it's brought to you by our friends at the Hemp House, the premier hemp dispensary online with a wide variety, great selection, and strict standards to ensure you only receive the best in CBD or Delta products. Go to Hemp House Chat with 2 T's, Hemp House Chat with 2 T's.com. Use the promo code HOOKED, get 10% off, and you can get this, the Big Orange Crunch, which is fantastic. All right. So, Caleb, here we go. Your picks. Let's get them off and rolling and see how you do. Where are we going pick-wise first? And I'll tell you if I agree or disagree. For the record, no offense to Caleb, I've been charting my progress, and I'm at about 75% this year.
Straight up or against the spread? And I do not believe you.
No, against the spread. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we all believe Dave on that.
Hey now.
Yeah, I'm right there. All right. Give me your
Hookers
your
also tell
locks
you they
of the
love
week.
you. Okay, so you know.
And Travis is right. Defense is going to destroy Lincoln Riley for his entire career. This is why you should be so excited about Josh Heupel. He is okay with winning like this. I didn't think he would be. I thought his ego would get in the way. He's okay with winning like this with a good defense. This is why you should love Josh Heupel. That's the column I'm writing today. All right. What do you got for me, Caleb? Pull out some picks.
All right, so we got about 9 games to pick this weekend. We'll start. Arkansas -6 at home against Mississippi State. I'm taking Arkansas and the points, and I'm taking the over 48.5. They've been very close in a lot of games this year. Mississippi State's not that good. It's at Arkansas. I think Sam Pittman survives for another week.
Another week? So you think he's getting fired?
I think he might be.
Goodness gracious. What's Saturday Down South going to do? Because that's their source, the Arkansas coach, because he's willing to talk to anybody.
I don't know. Wait, do I get Hank or Tracy for that?
All right. I'll roll with that because I like Sam Pittman.
Hey now.
All right, what else you got?
All right, so here's my big one of the week, and on my bets of the week, I'll definitely talk this. Penn State, Ohio State. It's at Ohio State. I still have Penn State +4.5 and the under 45.5. I think Ohio State doesn't have a good quarterback, and I think Penn State's defense is very underrated, so I think they turn this into a slugfest. So Penn State +4.5.
That's crazy.
That's where I'll disagree with you. I think the talent differential is so much different at between Penn State and Ohio State and Michigan that's not going to be a game unless they get a guy like a Josh Heupel that can manufacture some points. But Travis says Penn State wins. That would be huge. Nice call out, Travis. Here we go.
Travis, well, when we get to my bets of the week, Travis, me and you might be seeing eye to eye on something.
Are we not on your bets of the week? Or are we on your bets of Thursday? What are we? Here we go.
These are the bets I have to make for every game, and then I pick 3 bets of the week that you should go all in on at the very end. So
okay.
All right. So now, South Carolina, Missouri. South Carolina +7 at Missouri. Something feels like Missouri doesn't have a good pass defense. I think Spencer Rattler can throw all over them. Missouri might win, but I think South Carolina doesn't. They keeps it within a touchdown, and I'm going to take the over 60. I think you're going to see combined 650 yards through the air in this game.
That's crazy.
That offensive line is just too bad for South Carolina for me to lay $1 on them. So I'll disagree with you there. What's next?
All right. I'll come back to Alabama, Tennessee. Auburn, Ole Miss. I know Auburn got blown out by LSU this week, but they're at home. I think them being at home at night, Auburn +6.5 against Ole Miss. And the under 55, Hugh Freeze's defense is sneaky good last week, notwithstanding.
Hey now.
I'll roll with that. I think Auburn has an up and down sort of season. They'll surprise some teams for both good and bad, and they'll surprise us as the gambling public. What else you got?
Army plus 31 at LSU, the under 58. Look, LSU's on a roll right now, but I think they're kind of sleepwalk through this game, and Army likes to play a lot of ball control and run a lot of clock. So I just don't think they'll have enough possessions to win by 31 or hit the over.
I never bet against the service academies.
That's crazy.
So I'm taking Army in the upset.
Well, then, you're taking them to win outright?
Not really, but I don't bet against the service academy.
But so then you'll hate. You got to give me Hank Kingsley then, because I said Army covers.
Hey now.
Okay, I'll give you that.
All right, 2 more games before we get to the bets of the week. Well, 3 because we got to do Tennessee, Alabama, but I'll save that. But Duke, Florida State. Duke at Florida State. I got Duke plus 14.5 because I think Mike Elko is the best coach in college football right now, and yes, the best coach.
Strong, and I'm with you.
Hey now.
Yeah, and I think that it hits the under because of Elko's defense, but Florida State wins, but Duke covers the spread. And
all right, I'm with you on that.
Lastly, what I brought up about Caleb Williams won't apply this week because even though Utah is physical, they aren't fast on the edge. So I think Caleb Williams goes off again and puts up Heisman numbers without any pressure, and USC covers a 7-point spread against Utah, and the game hits the over. And so I think that's my last one before we get to the bets of that week. I think USC covers easily.
I'll roll with that as well, even though I don't like Caleb Williams, and he is not the I don't think he should be the number 1 pick in the draft, but we shall see. All right. These are your lock bets. These are the ones that people should pull out the pen and paper, write down, and make some money on, right? They should use that Zen Sports app and just go ahead and go at it.
Go all in. All right. So first, Penn State money line. Get rich money line. Not only will they cover 4.5, I'm taking Penn State money line on this. They're going to upset Ohio State outright. Ohio State is poorly coached. They have a bad quarterback. They have struggled throughout the first half of games. And Penn State has, Dave, you always believe in the war daddies. Penn State has the war daddies to compete with Ohio State and Michigan. Not the skill players, but the war daddies. They do have that.
I love you, but Tracy Morgan thinks.
That's crazy.
All right. But I like it. It's aggressive.
I'll take Penn State's offensive line over Ohio State's offensive line any day of the week.
Well, they don't play each other, though.
I'll take their offensive line over Ohio State's defensive line. I think Penn State's offensive line manhandles Ohio State's defensive line. Manhandles them.
Ooh, throwing heat. All right, what else you got?
All right, so here's a big one. We see how Michigan's been blowing everybody out, and this week no different because they're playing Michigan State. So the line is Michigan by 24. I think they're covering the 24-point line. I think Michigan State's quitting on the season because of the Mel Tucker situation.
Hey now.
I think they are too. Mel Tucker's gone, you know it, and he's very popular with his teammates. So the same thing is going to happen that happened with the Philip Fulmer situation in 2008. Those guys might rally for a game or two at the end of the year, but they feel like this thing's going pretty south. They say don't read the paper, but it's kind of hard to get away from it when it's in your hand.
And they think that he was, I can tell you right now, they think he was railroaded because, again, I'm not getting into it, but there is something a little weird about being accused of phone sexual harassment. I'm just going to say that. But
give me your next pick, and then we'll get into how many times you've used the phone for your own personal carnal pleasures.
Okay, so
no, we won't.
My next pick is my last pick because it's a lock of the week and it's Tennessee, Alabama. So my lock of the week. This is the lowest over under of Josh Heupel's career, 48.5. The game hits the under. It goes under that.
Game hits the under. All right. Who do you have win? Are you just taking the under or you?
No, I'll give you that, but you got to Hank or Tracy me on that. Does it hit the under or not, Dave?
Hey now.
No, I think it does hit the under. Now, does Tennessee win is the question, or do you want to save that for tomorrow?
No, I'm going to go ahead and get it out right now. It's because I'm not only will Tennessee not win, Alabama's covering the 9-point spread. They're going to cover Alabama -9 at home because here's going to be the difference. Jalen Milroe can hit 2 deep shots. Joe Milton can't hit any shots.
I'm going to disagree. I think Tennessee's going to have – I think this is about the time of year we started seeing the Princeton fan at fullback. Was it Dylan Sampson in around or Squirrel White in around at the goal line? I think Josh Heupel has some things in his pocket, and I think you're going to see some inventive plays that will generate yards. And I think that this team can run the football, which will speak to the fact that the under is very much in play. But more so, I think that this Tennessee football team will be able to score because they can run the football and control the ball.